we see parents trying to make their child be who they thought they were going to be, or they're trying to make their child become or get to a certain place that they thought they were going to get to. I think that's very selfish as a parent to do, opposed to you actually looking at what God has gifted them with, what talent and abilities have the Father given that particular child. What's going on, everybody? Kirby back again with another video. Today I just want to speak to all of my parents out there, moms, dads, fathers, mothers, anyone who's tuning in right now that fits that category. Just want to talk to you real quick about identifying your child's gift early, if you can. All right. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because oftentimes we see parents trying to make their child be who they thought they were going to be, or they're trying to make their child become or get to a certain place that they thought they were going to get to. Like they thought, not me, but parents, some people say, hey, well, I was going to be this NBA player and I got hurt, so I'm going to get my boy, he's finna start doing it. Or women, whatever things are that women become or whatever, then maybe they try to get their daughter to do that very thing or whatever. And I think that's very selfish as a parent to do, opposed to you actually looking at what God has gifted them with, what talent and abilities have the Father given that particular child. If your child knows how to draw, they're very creative, they love art, then supply things to help them grow in that. Go buy crayons, go buy coloring books, go buy pencils, erasers, and all the stuff that they need so that they can continue to draw and be creative in that area. If your child knows how to sing and you can hear it in them, and if just something that they're naturally doing, then get them singing lessons, vocal lessons, all these different things that could help them to thrive in what they naturally already have. If your child, you get the point. I'm not going to keep going down a whole list of things, but usually the typical thing, especially for I know our people, the African American culture, usually we tend to rely on sports a lot. Okay, and I think it's unfair for the child for you to just say my child's going to be the next Barry Bonds, my child's going to be the next Ken Griffey, or my child's going to be the next Michael Jordan, LeBron James, or whatever the case is. I think that's very selfish of you to do, or just try to force them into that, yet you haven't identified what they're really, really good at. And what happens is, and I tell people this all the time, that you can actually learn how to do something else really, really well, to the point where you never do what you were actually supposed to do. You're never actually walking into what you're actually supposed to walk in, because you learn how to do something else very, very well. And sometimes we are responsible for that in our children. We push them into certain things because we desire that for them. We don't identify who they really are, what gift the Father has already given them, what talent he has given them, and then we, push them into that area. Yet we say, you know what, they can draw, but I want them to be a basketball player. So all summer long they're in basketball classes, but they haven't taken one art class. Those are the things that makes us as parents selfish. Okay, and that's not fair to the child. So I just wanted to speak to, again, the parents out there who are doing this. You're actually hurting the child and helping them. If they have abilities and gifts that you're identifying at a young age, then develop things or put certain things in place where they can thrive in who they are already. Now, this doesn't mean that they only can do one thing, but it's better for them to, and easier for them to, just cultivate the things that's already in them than trying to become something totally different. And what that does is creates an imbalance in their life, and at some point they may even find themselves trying to figure out who they really are because they wasn't successful at, let's say, they didn't make it in basketball, they didn't go to the NBA, they didn't go to college, and now what they are very talented, they can draw anything that they see, but yet they have been thrown into basketball all their life, and when they don't make it in basketball, then they feel like, I have failed. But they sit around with a amazing talent where they can draw anything that they can see, and I'm just giving examples. But these are some of the things that actually happen, and sometimes we don't see it from the spiritual side of things, or we don't see it at an early stage in life, and then when they don't do things as they get older, we just say, well, they out here being lazy or whatever the case is. But if we can just identify the gifts, the talents, the abilities that God has given them right now at 3 years old, 4 years old, 5, 9, whatever age they are, and then say, man, my child can sing, my child can dance, my child loves drums, they love music. These are the things I'm going to get them, man. These are things that I'm naming because that's kind of stuff that I do. But whatever the thing is, man, that your child have, whatever the gift or the ability that they have at a young age, and you can identify that thing, bring them up in that, cultivate that thing. All right, don't force them into something that you thought you wanted to do, or that you want them to do because that's where you want them to go. There's so many stories out here right now where they say, my mom wanted me to go to law school, so that's why I'm here. But they're miserable the entire time while they're in college. My dad wanted me to go to nursing school or dental school because that's what he does, and he wants me to work at his office. So don't do that, man. You're actually hurting the child and helping them. All right, so I just wanted to speak to us from a what's up, mom, what's up, dad type thing, help us out a little bit out here. But yes, so let's identify the gifts at a young age, push them into that very thing. If you don't know what it is, pray about it. Ask the Father to show you what your child's gift is or ability is, and ask God to help you help them in the area that He has gifted them to walk in. All right, and grace them to walk in. So grace and peace and blessings. See you guys at another video.